This woman's really scary. She could easily get elected president. She's much more skillful than I have ever seen. She's a liar on the deepest level. The things she is saying right now are not just untrue. They're the opposite of the truth, which is the hallmark of evil. She's an extremist. She'll say anything.
Imagine your dumbest, most officious kindergarten teacher takes a ton of acid and then becomes vice president.
On Tuesday at 6:31 p.m., Kamala Harris posted on her X account a handwritten note that she claims Tucker Carlson wrote to her. The note states the following: "One of my absolute favorite things in America is how people of different backgrounds and beliefs have the freedom to communicate with each other. We are so blessed to live in a country where the greatest currency is the free-flowing exchange of ideas. In America, we are all blessed with the ability to come together on common ground. In the spirit of establishing common ground, even though I am fairly conservative and we may have our disagreements, I am writing to express my gratitude for yours and President Biden's efforts to establish common-sense gun safety laws. Owning firearms is every American's constitutional right. Like all things, there needs to be reasonable regulation, like age restriction, background checks, and mental health screenings. Thank you for heading the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention and for yours and President Biden's push for common-sense gun safety laws. I look forward to seeing what the Biden-Harris administration accomplishes in this regard." The implication here is that Tucker Carlson, who famously does not advocate for gun bans, wrote this letter. Could the Harris-Walz team be any more disingenuous? The Second Amendment upholds the First and is our last line of defense against tyranny. It should never be burdened by such devious terminology as common-sense gun safety. Guns keep us safe from tyranny. While Kamala claims support for common-sense gun safety, her past advocacy for mandatory buybacks and her administration's policies suggest otherwise. True common sense respects the Second Amendment, ensuring law-abiding citizens' rights aren't infringed. The NRA and millions of Americans stand for this principle, not against safety, but for constitutional freedoms. Let's focus on enforcing existing laws, not creating new ones that target legal gun owners. I absolutely do not believe that Tucker Carlson wrote this letter to Kamala Harris. The signature looks like someone that just learned how to write in cursive and definitely does not match Tucker Carlson's signature, which he has previously signed with. I'm not sure if the Harris campaign is dumb enough to believe that Tucker actually wrote this letter, or if they are just trying to troll and gaslight the American people. Either way, posting this letter is a strong indicator that the Harris-Walz campaign ticket isn't doing half as well in the polls as the news says they are. This is an absolute desperate attempt at seeking publicity and trying to appear like a prominent Republican is now supporting the Harris-Walz campaign ticket, similar to how prominent Democrats are now supporting Trump. Nonetheless, the American people will not be swayed or fooled by this stunt.